Hello YouTube, this is Cutie Pie 0816 coming at you with another video. Basically this video is going to be showing you some of my favorites, like things that I repurchase and some things that I'm kind of shopping my stash with. The purpose of this is because I just put myself on a no makeup buying restriction up until February because I have a lot of makeup that I don't see myself ever using. It's either the wrong shade or it doesn't work for me or something of that nature. So I'm in the process of probably trying to get rid of some of that. And I still have a lot of makeup. And it's becoming a little overwhelming. Like, I look at it sometimes and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I just wasted all this money on this stuff. So that's why I kind of put myself on a restriction. I'm not going to buy anything until I use up at least a lot of the stuff. So I'm not buying anything until February. Excuse me. And I'm kind of doing it like, if up to February and I'm doing really well with my no buying habits and I'm using up a lot of stuff, I may extend it another month and so on and so on. So that is my goal. So basically what I've been doing is stuff that I have kind of just threw in the back of my stash and just forgot about. I'm bringing it out and I'm starting to use it, trying to completely use it up. So that's the type of stuff I'm going to show you, and along with stuff that I always repurchase and I always incorporate in my routines, my daily routines, or when I go out, or all that good stuff. So let's get started. It is quite a bit of stuff. I took out some things. I'm just going to show you the important things. I'm going to start doing some tutorials soon, and I felt like this was a good time to show you these things so you'll be familiar with them when you see them in my tutorials. Now if I switch them up, if I end up pulling something else out of my stash, like I stopped using something and decide to start using something else to use it up, I will do another one of these videos and I will show you those items. Okay, so let's get started. I kind of have somewhere to go, so I need to hurry up and get this done. So let's go. The first thing I want to show you is this, and I showed you guys this in my last video for the haul, my e.l.f. haul and makeup 2013. This is the e.l.f. makeup mist and set spray. This is a repurchase. I love this stuff. I mainly use this to wet my beauty blenders whenever I use them to do my makeup, or I use this for pigments if I'm using a pigment on my eye, or if I have oily skin, so I use a lot of mattifying products. So sometimes if I matte my face too much, like my skin is not as oily and it's just too matte, I use this to refresh my skin, to kind of moisten it up some, to get the ashiness off. And that is what I use this for. This is, like I said, a repurchase. I use this all the time. I will be using this until they start making it. This is, I want to say, $6. And if you do some shopping for a setting spray, that is a really good price for this type of product. They usually run between $20 and up. So this is a value buy. So this is really good if you want to try it out. It's really good. This is a blush. This is a oldie but goodie. You can see it has rubbed out the name and everything. But this is the Old Milani mineralized blush, and this is in Sunset Beach, and it's like a dull orange. It's really pretty. I don't know if you could tell the color. It looks a mess because I use it all the time and it's pretty old. But this is my favorite blush. I'm actually starting to get into blush. Well, actually I haven't just started. It's been like a few months, and I've been playing around with some blushes that I have in my stash that I have collected, and this has turned out to be my favorite one. Whenever I want to do just like a nice fresh face, like I guess for example like a no makeup look, I use this as a blush, and it gives you like the nice flush of color. It's very, very pretty on darker complexions, and this has turned out to be my favorite blush. It is no longer sold in stores. I think this is a discontinued item. You may be able to get it online. I'm sorry, this is my cat. No, I'm sorry. She always wants my attention. She see I'm showing my attention to something else, it just drives her crazy. But anyway, but this is a discontinued item, but I'm sure you can find this online on eBay or something. Somebody could be still selling it, but it's a really, really good blush. This is the one I use the most. Obviously this is probably not going to be a repurchase, and I'm just now starting to really like blushes now, so I'm not going to repurchase something and when there's so much other things out there for me to try, and that gives me an excuse to try something new. So this is kind of like a shop my stash slash favorite type of product here. Let's do eyeshadows. Now, for those of you guys that don't really know me, I used to be a eyeshadow junkie. I have so many eyeshadows and eyeshadow palettes, it's freaking ridiculous. If you guys want to see it, I'll be more than happy to show you all the palettes and shadows I have. But I have a lot of them. When I first got into makeup, that was my first obsession. So I haven't really actually bought an eyeshadow in a very, very, very long time. So that shouldn't, I mean, except for the last haul where I bought that Elf palette. That was the first time I bought an eyeshadow in a very long time. So me being on buying eyeshadows, that's gonna be easy. But out of all the palettes and all the eyeshadows that I have, these are the ones has been getting the most play for the last I want to say at least almost a year, not quite a year. And these are these two palettes here. They are both from Crown Brush. This one I had first. If you look way back in my video archives where I first started doing my videos, this was actually in my favorite video. And this is the Smoky Eye palette, and it looks like this. And I have basically become a neutral girl. I rarely wear any bright colors on my lid. I do, but very rarely. It just seems to be easier to do a nice neutral eye. It matches everything, whatever you put on. It doesn't take much thought for me. So, but if I ever wear a bright lid or any color on my lid, 9 out of 10 times it comes out of this palette. I love this palette, and I like the size of them because they fit very nicely on my vanity, so I can always have it out. Let me show you the other one. This is actually the neutral version of that one, and it looks like this. Now this is what I use for my neutral eyes, and I actually used it today for this look I have on my eye now. So I use this a lot, and like I say, every time I use either of those because I love the colors in them, and they're so pigmented and they're really good, and I like the size of the palettes. They fit really nice on my vanity. So that's some of the main reasons why I like these palettes. Now let me tell you guys a little information about palettes and the method to my madness of why I have so many, specifically neutral palettes. And that's because most palettes don't come with a rich, deep, warm red in them. I rarely see that in a palette, and I like those to do my crease work, the like smoke it out or darken my crease. I love that color. So it's hard for me to find a palette where I can just use just that palette and I have to pull out 2 or 3 other palettes to come out with the right eye look that I'm looking for. So this one actually comes the closest. The thing is, it does not have a deep enough brown. So I pulled this one out. This is my Wet n Wild Vanity palette. This is a discontinued item too, but I see these online all the time. This is a very, very popular palette, and I mainly use this for that brown you see here. I love this brown. If you can see, I got a nice little dent in it. Oh my god, this is my favorite brown ever. So I use, like, especially for this look now, I use this and that brown that you see in here. Even sometimes if I'm in a rush, I'll just use this palette. I just pop this bronzy color on the lid and put that in the crease and keep it moving. It just depends. So these three are my favorite palettes that get the most play out of all the palettes that I have. So let's see. The next thing is this primer here, and this is a Studio Gear T-Zone Mattifier primer here. You guys, this is actually a Shop My Stash. I bought this a while ago, used it a few times, and threw it away somewhere in the back of my stash. And I recently, about maybe a month or so, I pulled it back out and I'm starting to use it, and I actually like it. I use this mainly if I'm going to put anything on my face. Sometimes if I'm just doing like concealer and powder, I'll put this all over my face just to make sure the product has something to stick to besides just my skin, my bare skin. And I'll put this on, and it works really good at smoothing out my, smoothing out my skin and covering up my pores so they don't get too clogged. And it's very, very good. So this is not a repurchase. I'm actually just trying to use it up, which I'm doing a good job at doing, because I have a lot of other face primers too. Yeah, so once this is gone, I'm just going to pull something else out of my stash. But it is a really good primer if you guys want to check it out. And let's see. This is a definite Shop My Stash. This is actually by MAC. It's the Care Blend powder. I don't know if you guys heard of this. This powder here was a very impulse buy. This was when I didn't have many things from MAC, and I don't know. To be honest, I can't even explain the reason why I bought this powder. But this was actually, and you can see right here, I really don't care for it. It's okay. I use it actually as a setting powder. I actually used it today just to set my face. So I basically just been using it until I use it up. Like I said, this is not going to be a repurchase. It really is not. Everything to me is just there, and I need to use it, and I spent too much money for it just to be sitting there. But as you can see, I'm doing a good job with trying to use it up. And this is in the color Deep Dark here. And yeah, that's all I can say about that. Next, let's do this. This is another product from MAC. This is the Pro Longwear concealer. This is an NW40. This is not a repurchase. This is basically like a Shop My Stash thing. I'm just using it until it goes up, until I just use it all up. Now, let me clarify something. It's nothing. It does what it's supposed to do. It's a great concealer. It rarely creases. It blends out like a dream. It's a really, really good concealer. But the problem I have with this is the pump. This costs too much money for it to be so wasteful. The pump, you can't control the pump. It pumps out entirely too much product, and you find yourself wiping off half of it. So that's what's been irritating me. And in the summertime, I can't use this. It comes off too light under my eye. I'm not really into the bright under eye, so it's really not for me. So I can't even use this in the summertime. It's just, I don't know. Now today I used it under here with a real light hand, and it's working out. So I'm just gonna, so this must be a good time, a good complexion for me to use this and to, be happy with it. The next thing was also in my last video, and this is the e.l.f. Lash and Mascara Light Gel. I use this for my eyebrows before I do them, fill them in and shape them up and all that good stuff. I have very curly, ruly lashes, so these help me tame them up a bit. I brush it on, and I'll probably smooth them down and do matte, you know, go ahead and prime my face and all my little prep work, and by that time it dries, and then I can go ahead and do what I need to do with my brows. So that is what I use this for. This is a repurchase. I've been using this since Elf been making this. It's $1, a great product. I love it. Always going to be in my routine. The next thing is the CoverGirl Queen collection, and this is their bronzer in Ebony Bronze. It looks like this. This is like a Shop My Stash product. I bought this when they was showing so much hype on it on YouTube, and that's another thing y'all might not know about me. I love YouTube. YouTube is my TV. I watch YouTube more than I watch my physical TV. I love it. And this had got so much hype on YouTube, I rushed out and got me one. And when I first bought this, I didn't like it because I saw the people on YouTube using it as like for contouring, and I noticed on me when I used it for contouring, it gives off like a reddish tint. It didn't look good to me, so I kind of threw it in the corner. So I brought it back out, and I found a way to use it for, I found the best way for me to use it so I can use it up and get it out my stash. And I use this actually as what it is, a bronzer. I actually have it on today. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I have it in this area, I got it to kind of warm up my face. Instead of it being like a flat shade, I kind of just did a little something here, a little something here, you know, to kind of make it look good, to kind of give my face some shape and kind of some two tones and some warmth to it. So that is what I like to use this for. Oh, and another, I don't use this with blush because it gives off such a reddish color. I use this when I only want to do like a bronzing and a highlight type of thing. So that's actually what I don't have on no blush. I just have that on and some highlighter. And speaking of highlighter, I'm gonna show you that now. Oh, and this is not a repurchase. Once this is gone, it is gone. This is the highlight that I have on here, and this is actually by The Balm, and this is Betty Lou Manizer. I can't even talk. And it looks like this. It's very, very pretty. Look at that. And like I said, I have it on today. That's what you see shining up my face here. That's what you see there, girl. That's what you see. But yeah, love this. The next thing I have her is a lip pencil, and this is actually by Nika K. It's in the color Mink. See the top? That's the color it is, and it's a twist up top, twist up lip pencil. And what I use this for is, this is a very similar color to my natural shade on my lips, and I actually have it on today, and I use it to, I shade in my lips. I put it all on my lips to kind of make them look just one tone, and I plop some lip gloss on top. And that is how I've been actually doing my lips lately, especially if I want something real quick. I just do line my lips with this and pop a little lip gloss on. Sometimes I won't even put on any lip gloss, depends on how quick I need to get ready. But this has been my favorite. This is actually a repurchase, so when this goes out, I'm gonna go get another one. These are really nice, inexpensive lip liners. I want to say I paid maybe $1.99 for this at a beauty supply store, so it's really good. I like them. The next thing here, I'm gonna show you guys two things because this video is getting really long. These two here, this is my Graftobian foundation in ginger, and this is my NARS tinted moisturizer. This here is actually a Shop My Stash. I got both of these from the makeup show. It's in my last haul video. This is the reason I say this is a Shop My Stash is because it's very expensive, and the reason I love this stuff, but the reason I bought it at the makeup show because I got such a good price on it. So I probably won't repurchase this unless, I don't know, something happens spur of the moment, get a little extra cash or something like that. But it's so many other products out there that's you know, that works, so I don't really have to spend like $40 something on a tinted moisturizer. But I do love it. I actually have this on today and I like it. So I've been kind of alternating between this foundation and this tinted moisturizer to use them all up. And then I really don't want to use this one up so really fast, so I use this very sparingly. So I use this, and this is in the shade Montague, I want to say. There it is there. And this is in the shade Ginger. Let me show you this. I don't think I showed you guys the color. This is a full coverage foundation, so because it's full coverage, I put this on with my finger. I don't use a brush. I really don't like full coverage foundation on my face. I'm like a light to medium coverage girl. So because it's so full coverage, I just use it with my finger and just put it where I need it to be, kind of like a concealer, and set it with powder. It's a really lightweight foundation. It really feel good on the skin, like you don't have anything on. This is actually a repurchase. The first thing I got from Graptobian was like a sample palette with the different shades, and I fell in love with this shade here. So I decided to get a full one, and I really like it. This is what I use most of the time if I'm not using the tinted moisturizer. So you can see I got a little dent in it. So will I repurchase this when it's gone? I probably will. It's really good. The next product I have is a eyelid primer, and this is a e.l.f. product, e.l.f. eyelid primer here. This is $1. I have actually a couple of these. I bought one and forgot I had one, so now I got two in my stash, and this is a Shop My Stash product. I'm using it until I use it all up. It's a doe foot applicator. It's okay. It's nothing to write home about. It does hold your eyeshadow. I actually used it today to do my eye look, so I'm using it up. When it's gone, it's gone. I'm not buying anything else. I have tons of eyeshadow bases and eyeshadow primers to get through, so this is not going to be a repurchase, but it does what it needs to do. It's $1. So if you guys are just getting into eyeshadow and you want your eyeshadow to stay on a little long, you can try this. They sell this at wherever they sell e.l.f. They have it at some Targets, some Walgreens now, Kmart, all that good stuff. Try it out and see if you like it. This is a repurchase. This is a gel liner, and this is from L'Oreal. It's the Infallible Lacquer Liner, and this is in Blackest Black. Yeah, Blackest Black. And look at that dent. I used the crap out of this. This is a repurchase. This gel liner has lasted the longest out of all the gel liners I have ever had. This is a repurchase. Now I do, every time I use it, I make sure I tighten that top on good, but I done had this for months and it's not dried out yet. I used it today. I use it every time. This is what I use. I love it. I love gel eyeliner. It's easier for me to control. That's why I like it better for me. The last thing I want to talk to you guys is about the Benai powders. You guys, this is the best thing since sliced bread. If you're a YouTube fanatic like I am, I know you guys seen these all over the place. They are what they say they are. They are awesome, and I have always been on the hunt for a good setting powder. Like I said, I'm an oily girl, so it's always beneficial for me to always set my face with something, and I've been using these mainly. Now, like I said, I've been using my Care Blend to kind of shop my stash, using that to set my whole face, but I've been using these to set under my eye area. And like today, I used Olive Sand under my eye today, and it's like a lighter shade than me, so I kind of wanted the little brightness under my eye, and this gives me that. But for all over face, so I love these powders. And just so you know the colors that I have, and if you have any questions about certain shades, excuse me, let me know and I will do a separate video if you want. but I don't want this video to be too long. So the colors I have is Topaz and Sienna, and I have Clay and Olive Sand, and I have Nutmeg. These are the shades that I have. Now if you want to know how I use these powders, or the purpose of them, or whatever, any more information on them, just write me down below. I'll be glad to answer any questions. I can do a separate video on these if you like. But it is plenty of videos on YouTube. I promise you will, if you just search, they talking about these powders. But I love them. These are actually going to be a repurchase. I doubt if I use it all, you get so much product. And but if I ever run out of them, I will be repurchasing these. I love them. Now that is my last product. Hopefully this video wasn't too long for you. I'm gonna cut it down as much as I can. I actually did I'm gonna cut it down as much as I can. So I'm just glad you guys are being patient with me and staying, you know, with me. I'm going to start doing tutorials like I said earlier. I'm just kind of playing around with my lighting, trying to find out what'll be best for you guys, so you guys can see the best, you know, can see the colors, the correct shades and all that good stuff. Especially when you're doing a tutorial, it's a little more tedious than doing something like this. So like I said, thank you for watching me, and I appreciate your time and your patience with me. Any questions, any comments, leave them down below. Please thumbs up my video if you guys are watching. Please, I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.